Are we rolling?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's Tom back here from Crypto Life Inc. Today we're going to have a quick look at CRO and see if it's a good time to buy it or is it going to dump further. Let's jump right in.
So for those of you guys who've been following our channel, you would know that we are pretty bullish here on CRO. It is got a very good use case. It's a good token. It's a good project. It has a good wallet. A lot of users. Nothing bad to say about it. But having said that, we have had a massive dump, right? We have had something along the lines of a 67% correction. And the question is it a good time to buy CRO? Are we going to dump further? Now let's find out with a little bit of help from our technical analysis. So I've drawn a little fib retracement on the weekly chart. Whoops, let's just go to the weekly. And you can see this is our previous low. This is the all-time high wickaroo, $1. Nice, just under actually. So we have actually come all the way down almost to the 0.23 mark, and we're currently testing the 0.38 mark. So if we can't close above this and see a bounce, then we're probably going to go more to downside, and this is probably where my bias is, and potentially looking at some entry positions a bit lower. We have a bit more to go, in my opinion. I would love this to just massively shoot up again, but given the current climate and given Bitcoin's posturing right now, it looks like we're not done with this dip just yet. We might be bottoming soon, but not just yet. So we have some confluences to look at. So let's just jump to the daily and see what kind of confluences we have. So let's get rid of the fibs. They're just really there to ballpark it. It's not going to be fully accurate, so I wouldn't trade, just off the fibs alone. But it is good to just have an idea of where we're heading. So let's have a look. So we have on the daily, we're challenging the 200 EMA. So we need to close above the 200 EMA. Any closures below it is still okay unless we close below this as 32 cents mark. We don't really want to spend too much time underneath it. We kind of want to either form a W here and then continue our way upwards for a bounce. But as you can see, we're still postured pretty good. It is still like an uptrend. I mean, in the daily, it's a downtrend, obviously, but on the weekly, you can see it is still technically in an uptrend, right? This is the craziness of cryptocurrency markets. 60, 70% swings means nothing to bull or bear market, really. Anyways, let's have a look at some more information to see what we can kind of cipher from all of this. So if we can close above this current zone, the 0.43, which happens to be the 21 EMA, then we can potentially see some more upside. But you can see there's a lot of resistance here with all the EMAs. So we'd actually have to break all these to see any real upside move. But in terms of scaling in or dollar cost averaging into CRO, is this a good position? I would say almost, right? We need some more information. If it's going to come down here, if we don't close beneath this, then it could possibly start being a good position because there is still more liquidity down here that we can potentially take. And if we look at the RSI, this is really what we want to see. So again, I was telling everyone to sell this thing ages ago, last year when we hit this double top on the RSI. This is divergent, massively divergent to the bearish side. And you can see the correction we had, right? We took out the enormous upside that we had already. We've taken it out. And now we've got this bottom trend line here for the RSI, and we're bouncing off this trend line. Now, what I'd like to see is we are oversold right now, but what I'd like to see is potentially some bullish divergence. So we would like to see it come down more and then this to form some divergence. So the price may actually go further down from here, and that would actually be some more stronger confluence that we're going to go see a reversal of this particular pattern. So we need to wait for this to play out. So I think stay patient for a bit, but we're coming close towards where a nice entry point might be. Like, this is not really the worst entry point, but it's not the best. I think given a couple more weeks in February, we can tell exactly when we can see some more upside. So here's like a nice place to start thinking about entering in, but don't be surprised if it goes down to this point at 32 cents and even breaks. So that's just a little overview of if you're trying to get into CRO token. Now let's jump into some other charts to see if we can get some more confluences, because we like to build confluences on confluences so we can be really confident that our trade's going to be good. As you can see in the weekly, this is the trader's reality chart. We are at the 200 moving average, right? So we're just bouncing off this. There's still liquidity down here. That's why I'm saying if we do close beneath this, we're likely to take this back. And you can see we can drop all the way to 19 cents. So this would be a really good place to start getting back in. There's probably definitely going to be a bounce somewhere in this region. But we are seeing the bounce happening right here. So we just need to see if we can close above any of these EMAs. Right now, we're basically getting rejected right here at the 5 and 13 EMA. This is the 50 EMA here. So we need to make sure that we can bounce off this at the very least, or close above these for any upside potential. So right now it's still looking a little bit bearish in the short term. So if you're trying to get into this token, stay patient. There's definitely going to be opportunities for you to do so. Now, if we jump into the daily, we can get some more information yet again. So here is the 200 EMA. So we're flirting with this line. Now we want to hold this line, obviously. And our next challenge for the zones that we're looking out for is we want to close above this. If we can close above this, it's looking good, a lot better for a bounce. And then I'd probably start scaling in some purchases for CRO. It'd be pretty nice. But again, we do know the bearish side, so it can go all the way down to 22 cents. So just be wary of that. And the next point of contention is the 50 EMA on the daily, which is the 46 cents mark. Any closures above that is going to look pretty good for some short-term reversals. Now, that is the trader's reality chart summed up. Now, let's have a look at the Fu Manchu chart for some more confluences. So you can see we have a massive blood diamond on the daily, right? This means dump. This means unpolar. Not necessarily, but this doesn't look good. Does not look good, and it does confirm my biases to the short-term downside. Potentially see a double bottom here, a W formation pattern where we can see some upside. If we cannot hold this zone, then we are going to go down, and the likelihood of getting that 22 cent range and getting back this this liquidity on the weekly is higher as opposed to lower. Even though we have the EMAs here, there is liquidity there and they can grab it, whether it's a wick or a slow descent down before a bounce. That remains to be seen. So that's why I'm saying stay patient on this one. It is a good opportunity to start thinking about buying in. Not quite yet. Wait for it to drop lower or wait for it to break some of the EMA zones. Here as we can see, around 46 cents mark, we can start to reevaluate this. But right now, short-term posturing is to the downside. So if you are a long-term hodler, this might be a good position for you because it can keep dropping, but you can just keep dollar cost averaging either every week or every second day or whatever it is that your plan is. So yeah, that is my technical analysis, of CRO token. Let me know what you think in the comments below, if you think it's going to dump or if it's going to pump straight away from here. And if you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, bye.